Why, when you stop caring, results come. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about why, when you stop caring, results come. So basically this is a problem about caring too much, okay? Obviously there are some areas of your life that you need to pay attention to and you need to care about. But it's when it becomes obsessive that you need to be careful. When you start obsessing over something or someone, things can get really messy. And the reason why is because you're investing so much of your mental energy and your emotions into it. So let's take the example of someone that you really like and you want to date. It could be an ex or it could be someone who is in your class, it doesn't matter who it is, but you have a crush on someone. When you start thinking about this crush or this ex too much, you end up ruining things for yourself because you become too emotionally invested. So when you meet this person, so let's say you meet back up with your ex, or you meet up with your crush, you will become nervous and on edge because you have all this emotional investment in them. So much of your happiness relies on them, and basically you want to become emotionally independent from the external sources in your life. So for example, this is other people. If your happiness depends on whether or not your crush agrees to go out with you or your ex comes back, you are relying on an external source to make you happy. And when you have all these external sources that determine whether or not you're happy or not, so one of these things could be the weather. If you can only be happy when the sun is shining, you are dependent on the sun to make you happy. If you are dependent on your financial situation to make you happy, these are external things. First, you need to develop confidence and happiness within yourself. Now, happiness is a bit of a fickle thing. I think the word happiness gets thrown around a lot. There is no way that you can be happy all of the time. Okay, we all have sort of like this baseline in ourselves where we are kind of at a neutral stage. Happiness usually comes from when we have a really, really good day, or someone compliments us, or getting a bonus at work, or finding out a relative is having a baby, or you're having a baby. These are moments of happiness, okay? But the thing is, happiness doesn't last long. You could win the lottery and be really happy for about a week, and then you'll probably go back to feeling how you normally feel. Because that's just how life is. That's just how happiness works. It comes in moments and in bursts. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the time you are miserable, but we all go back to our baseline of happiness or mood. In the personal development world and self-help, sometimes there are a lot of people out there that promote this sense of you can be happy all the time, and that's just not true. There's no way you can be happy all the time unless you have some kind of disorder, right? It's best to understand that happiness comes and goes, just like sadness and bouts of really low mood. If you have a low mood, it's not going to last forever, okay? So what you really need to work on here is how you feel about yourself and your confidence. Because if you are relying on external factors like the women in your life, like your crush or your ex, if you are relying on those external things to make you happy, you're always going to be miserable, okay? So you need to work on your own self-image and your confidence, because when you're confident and you know your worth, it doesn't matter if you ask a girl out and they reject you. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship and the relationship dissipates. Okay, now of course you can still be sad about those situations, but it doesn't defeat you and it doesn't ruin your life. Just for an example with me, I love my fiance. She's the best. I love her so much. But if she did something that disrespected me, like let's say she cheated on me, I would leave her and I'd be happy to leave her because I have enough self-respect and enough confidence in myself to know that I will find someone else and I can continue on with my life. Because I have developed healthy habits, I have a healthy mindset that will get me through that stormy weather. But a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have the right coping mechanisms for when life throws a tragedy at you. I'm happy to be on my own, and I'm also happy when I'm with my partner. So some of the things that have helped develop my mindset is by listening to really positive things. I have a positive resources playlist that you can go and check out right here. In there are some things that have really helped me with my personal development and helped me gain a healthier mindset. So if you find it really hard to be alone, you don't like being alone, then start doing things in your alone time that make you happy. So for me, that's reading books, it's watching stuff in that positive resources playlist, it's educating myself. I can make use of my alone time. And if you're in your alone time is scrolling through social media and looking at someone's Instagram or Facebook page that you have a crush on, or you could be waiting for your ex to unblock you or something, if you're just focusing on that and you're in your alone time, and you are just spending your alone time in this kind of like negative loop, then you need to get yourself out of that by spending your time on doing things that are empowering you and not disempowering you. And this is what will create results in your life, because when you are not focusing on the negative things in your life and you stop caring about them, you tend to notice other things, you notice more opportunities. So you might be really crushing on this one girl that you know, but because you've been so focused on her and your tunnel vision has just been on her completely, but yet there's another girl who's been talking to you and she really, really likes you, you haven't been paying attention to that. But when you put your focus off of someone else, you are then open to having conversations with other people, and that's when you start seeing the results, because you are letting go. And let's say you have been messaging the girl that you really like, let's say you message her every day or every other day, hoping that she'll reply. And when you stop doing that, that obviously opens up the opportunity for her to actually message you, because you're not bombarding her with messages anymore. So when you take your attention off of someone, and let's say there's someone that's just expecting your attention and you take it off of them, they'll wonder why you haven't messaged them. They'll wonder why you haven't been speaking to them. And that will give them the opportunity to miss you and reach out. So you need to remove your phone from, you need to remove those apps from your phone. You need to just stop staring at your phone or on your computer, hoping that they're going to just send you a message, and have the confidence and the self-respect to stop caring. And like I said, it doesn't mean that these things don't matter to you and it doesn't give you an emotional reaction. But what it means is that you're confident in yourself. If something happens for you, you're happy. And if something doesn't happen for you, you are also happy. It doesn't matter. You have to have this attitude and this mindset of whatever will be, will be. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't work for things. Like, obviously, if you are just sitting around hoping for £1 million or $1 million to drop in your lap, you need to work at things, right? That's not going to happen. It's only that kind of thing is only going to happen if you work at it and you invest your time and you work on something. But the point is, if it happens or if it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't change your mood, or it doesn't lead you to like this downward spiral of sadness. You're happy if it happens, you're happy if it doesn't happen. And that's kind of where you need to be. And especially because I know a lot of people come here for my dating videos, this is especially true in dating. If you care too much, you have all this emotional investment in this one girl, then you're more likely to mess it up because you're too invested. You need to sit back and allow things to happen naturally and stop trying to force things. Because basically, when you care too much, you are forcing things. But when you care less, you're not forcing things. And that gives the opportunity for love to grow. Because if a girl feels like she can't be free around you, and you're always bombarding her with messages and she's not free to come and go as she pleases, and what I mean by that is she's not free to message you when she feels, when she wants to, when she feels comfortable, when she misses you. If you're not giving her the space to miss you by messaging her all the time, you will end up ruining it for yourself just because you couldn't refrain yourself and hold back and care a bit less. So when you stop caring and you stop investing so much of your emotion, so much of your time, and sending her so many messages and just waiting and just hoping that she will like you back and just trying to force things, if you stop doing that and you care less, that's when you will see the results. It sounds like a contradiction, but it's so true. You need to give her the space. A story, when me and my fiance first started dating a few years back, after we had had our first date, I didn't contact her until 5 days later because I wanted her to have space and time to think about it. And I actually told this to her like a few months after when we got into a relationship. I said to her, I waited about 5 days to reach out to you again because I just wanted to give you some space and time to think about the date and how you feel and how you felt about it. And she was happy that I did it. She even said to me, I'm happy that you did that. That's proof right there that this works, okay? You need to wait and give the things in your life and the people in your life space to see how things pan out. And that's why when you stop caring, results come. These videos are obviously very generalized, so if you'd like help with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop and get coaching with me, or alternatively, you can just give me a quick email in the email address provided in this video description box and we can work something out that way. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.